Hello, I'm Dr. Rob George. I'm a reader in family law at University College London, and I'm the course convener and the main tutor on the Children and Their Rights module on the LLM. This is a module that aims to introduce students to the idea of children's rights in international and domestic legal systems, and go through a variety of areas of law affecting children where those international rights instruments are particularly relevant. We pay particular attention on the course to the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, 1989, which underpins a lot of what we look at, but also other international and domestic instruments. It's a 30-credit course in most years, but also runs as a 15-credit course in some years. In either case, they run in 2-hour seminars and are very student-led. We aim over the course to cover a range of issues, whether on the 15 or 30-credit modules, and in doing so we take a number of stages. We look at the idea of children's rights from a theoretical perspective first, giving a grounding as to what it is we are looking at when we think about children's rights. We look at the instruments that provide us with sources of human rights for children, in particular the UNCRC. And then we look at what we call the core principles that relate to children's rights, particularly those arising from the UNCRC. Children's best interests, children's participation rights, and so on. In the latter part of the course, we then turn to look in more detail at specific areas that affect children and how children's rights instruments can or may be of relevance to them. So in that, we look at examples like juvenile justice, child trafficking, and children's education or religious upbringing. In these areas, we use those particular topics as focuses to consider how children's rights are relevant and how they could be made more relevant. We look at issues like court judgments, where that's relevant, but more frequently we're looking at academic literature, policy documents, government decision-making, and the international decision-making of bodies like the UN Committee on the Rights of the Child. The course tends to have between about 10 and 20 students, though it does vary, and it's very much a student-led programme. So we try to have students as involved as much as possible in managing and running each of our seminars, and students get to have a good deal of input into how we approach the issues that we're looking at. I've always found this a really fun course to teach, and the students report that they enjoy it too. So hopefully you'll be able to come and join us, and we'll learn more together about children's rights.